Hi, in this video I'm going to give you 3 games that I've played very recently as opposed to another opening video. The rating's between 16 and 1800, so a decent, but the higher end of the intermediate spectrum of chess. So well, if you've seen my first video, I'm a Scotch player and this is what I go for, but opponent goes for a Petrov, and I don't know much theory on this, so I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know a deal, so being a Scotch player, just go d4 anyway. He takes, I take with the queen. I just see that I'm defending this pawn, expecting knight here, just sidestep out of the way, keeping an eye on this pawn. That's the idea. So that's what he does. I sidestep. I go. I think to myself, well, develop and pin in this position. I don't know anything about the Petrov at this time. My opponent was 1750. I was 1650, 1652, something like that. So I'm trying to play as awkwardly as possible. He attacks my queen again, so I'll just go for a pin. Instead of attacking, well, sorry, I had ideas of taking this pawn and castling kingside later on, but the opponent in this position unpinned this knight. So I thought, if I take the knight, he's got to take with the pawn, and that's damaging his kingside structure but giving him the open G file. So my plan changed. I thought, well, if I'm going to take this and double up his kingside structure, I'm going to go castle queenside. So this pawn isn't really a target for me anymore, because if I was to go take the pawn later on, it's giving him the open B file too. So went ahead, developed the knight. He kicked the queen away. I don't want this giving him the open B file. I want to go queenside. However, this bishop move, you'll see, turned out to be a little bit of a mistake, because after attacking the queen, keeping an eye on this pawn and swapping bishops, he forced me to move my knight. He gave me an opportunity to move the knight, double attack on this pawn, no defender to this bishop. So he allows me to trap his bishop, which is great. Remember what I said about the open G file? I didn't want to castle into it earlier on. Well, this guy makes this mistake and game over. So I was really pleased that I beat somebody 100 points higher than me. I was over the moon, really. Just goes to show, even at the higher end of the intermediate level, people cock up. The next game I'm going to show you is he was 1790, I believe, when this game was played. I was 1660, something like that. I come into this game thinking I was going to lose because of the rating difference, I'll be honest. I thought, I'm going to get my ass kicked, my ass whooped. And I thought, well, even if I'm going to come in this game, turn the brain on and try my best, basically. When you're playing somebody at a higher level, then you've got to take it. You've got to take the opportunity. You're possibly going to learn something, and you never know. You might surprise yourself. It turns out in this game, I don't know the Owens Defence either at all. So I just tried to take centre control of the middle. Tried to play solid, but as you'll see, that I actually made quite a few mistakes. So did my opponent here. A lot of mistakes, a few blunders too. I was over the moon with this result. This bishop is hitting this pawn, and that is definitely his best move here. Definitely. I'll just switch to the analysis. Sorry, I'll leave the evaluation on. Just turn the lines off because they're annoying. Yeah, so his best move here would have been to take this pawn, no doubt. What he does instead is develop the knight, and I was like, why didn't you take the pawn? The only explanation I've got to this is he realises that I've got no defenders to this pawn. So rather than taking it and then being kicked back away, he thought, well, if I just develop the knight, I can just pick the pawn up. I can't physically put two defenders on it. I mean, there's a possible pin here. And he can still win the pawn. So that's what he's probably thought. Well, I thought to myself, well, I can't defend the pawn, so I might as well use it to attack. And this turned out to be the best move. So he put the knight here, putting pressure on these two pawns here. I went to attack the queen. It turns out this was a mistake. Well, it worked out quite well for me. My idea was, develop a piece, attack. He's probably going to defend, and I'll take, and then just come back, damaging the king side, getting ready to go queen side myself, away from this nasty bishop. That was the plan, but it turns out he removed the defender. But I do have eyes on this rook. But he does go for the swap. And now this is looking very dangerous for me. I was panicking a little bit here. And because I was panicking after his next move, which was castles, I just come straight out of the way of this rook. I end the queen. Just coming back to the defence. I was quite, just come back, defend. I've got a rook for a bishop. Or so see what happens. I'll come back to the defence, and they're having a little bit of trouble. He's hitting the queen and the bishop. I just come back, keep an eye on the bishop, keeping an eye on these pawns, and the reason why I went this way and not here is because I wanted him to take this g2 pawn. Just like in the last game, I wanted the open g file to the king. The idea was after the next, well, you'll see what my idea was because it happened. Castle queen side, connect rooks, hit this pawn. After his next move, c5, I thought to myself, do I want an open h file as well? Can I let him get greedy? I thought, okay, he's opened the g file. Let's open another one. So this is why I chose this rook move. Even though Stockfish says it's a mistake, I am still playing another human being. I'm not playing an engine. So, I was glad to see that he took the h pawn. I was very glad to see this, and I think this is stupidity, to be honest, as a human. So, go threaten mate. He blocks with check. I just move out of the way. And I take advantage of that open h file. And now, rightfully so, he goes to trade queens. And I really don't want to trade queens. I'm 3 pawns down. Okay, I'm up there in exchange. But end of the day, he's got 3 pawns. I haven't got any. Definitely don't want to simplify the position. So I just move out of the way, getting ready to pick up this weakness and create more weaknesses along the way. So I thought, okay, before I do start picking up pawns, I'll line the rook up on the g file to the queen and king. He moves out of the way, try and swap queens again. I was having none of it. Threaten mate again. I actually missed something here. This I can't believe I missed it. I feel like I should have seen it. I missed queen here. Now this is brutal. He's threatening mates on this square and this square. He's got to bring the queen back in the defence, and that's good night. I'd have won the queen there, and I missed it, to be honest. I just come back just to go pick weaknesses up over here. I was panicking. I'm against a lot higher rated player. He's got a lot more pawns than me. I want to pick some pawns back. So he starts hammering this very weak f2 pawn. So I come back, double, well, threat and defend. I got a little bit annoyed here. I thought, well, after a little bit of moving about, I spot a lovely move. Rook takes on h7. The idea is king takes, rook takes. Notice that I don't go queen check first. Well, the evaluation says it's massive for black. So the reason why I didn't want to go queen check is because after, the king can move here and start escaping. So I want the queen on this diagonal when I give a check to force the king here. So that's what I go and do. Oh, sorry, I need to go back in the review. The king never took the rook. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. So after, now he's forcing me. The queen's got this square covered, so the queen can't jump into the defence. I was a little bit annoyed here. I couldn't quite get the mate I wanted, so I thought, well, there was a better move here. I just started, trying to put as much pressure on that king as possible. So I thought there's got to be a better way of winning something here, and I managed to find it. I managed to get rid of the queen and rook, simplifying the position even more. And he resigned here. So I was very happy with this result. It was 130, 140 points higher than me. Second game on the trot against somebody rated a fair bit higher. I was loving it. I think it's absolutely amazing. And in the mix of these three games, I went. As you can see, this is a funny position. A position that I was managed to draw. He ran out of time in this position. It's awful, I know. Well, we'll go through it. I'll show you. Just again, showing you that we cock up as well at this level. So in this game, I was black. I'm playing against the King's Gambit. Sorry, I hate the King's Gambit. I'll just go straight for the Fish Defence and then play chess after this move. Sorry, in the King's Gambit. I'm on my own. I know no more theory. So I'll just go and castle queenside. I thought, go queenside. Surely it's going to be a bit of a shock. He's got a lot of pressure down here. So I thought, let's go queenside. Catch him off guard. He does the same. I think, okay, start attacking on the king side. And to be fair, I'm getting quite happy with this position. I believe here I would have been better taking the bishop. That was the original plan, and I changed my mind after the queen moved out of the fork. I sort of wish I took the bishop here. Maybe it's good that I didn't, but I remember after this move, I thought I would have been better taking the bishop. The reason why I didn't take this bishop is I didn't like the look of this. I just let's just play a move. I don't know. Play the knight here. I didn't like this, not at all. I really hated the look of this. This is why I didn't end up taking the white square bishop. So anyway, the game went on. It says I should have took the bishop here, but I didn't. So he's got a nice bishop, but at least it's not eyeing down my king. And I kept looking at this, and I just never played it. Here, I managed to win a pawn. I'm still quite happy with my position. I just end up throwing the game away, slowly but surely. You know, I went into an endgame where he just obviously had a great advantage. And now the explanation to this next move is if I'm going to go into an endgame, I might as well throw his king as far away as I can. And I just had no idea what to do here. I was obviously in a losing endgame. And fortunately, I noticed he was in a lot of time trouble. So actually in midstream, I'm actually counting the seconds he's got left. Just do anything, just to avoid checkmate here. Stalemate the position, and it happened. He ran out of time in this position, and I'm thinking, wow. And this is against a just above 1600, and I thought, I'm trying to get to the 700, 800 goal. If I lose this, I'm just going back. Maybe it was wrong of me to time him out. It was very bad. As you can see, he's just threatening all sorts of stuff. I felt pretty bad, but it's the way it goes sometimes, and unfortunately, I was on there laughing at another stick. So yeah. So that's that. I am very new to this, so I apologise if the quality's poor. Hopefully it's been somewhat instructive. It's shown you that at our level still we make big mistakes. We still throw games away. So don't be disheartened when you start climbing up the ranks. Just keep watching for your opponent to make a mistake. Throw the game. Just keep an eye out for it. It happens. And you'll be surprised at how many times that people still at this level miss when our opponent makes these mistakes. So yeah, keep going. When you go against someone higher, I mean, it's irony in this really. I go against somebody or two players over 100 points higher than me. I win them fairly well. I go against somebody at the bottom end of the 1600 level, and I nearly throw the game. Well, I did throw the game away. And I was lucky to. I was lucky that he ran out of time. So yeah, I mean, I'm fairly new, so I apologise if it's not a great upload. I'm trying. I would really appreciate a subscribe, or even pop in on Twitch when I'm streaming most days. Pop in. It'll be great to see you. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.